Do you want to be a better wedding photographer? Or are you just starting out in wedding photography? Well, good luck, folks, because it's a tough old discipline, but it's an extremely enjoyable and rewarding one. So here are a few tips to make it just a little bit easier for you guys, okay? Tip number 1, be prepared. Don't leave home without 2 cameras. You need at least 2 cameras if you're going to be a professional wedding photographer. Your couples are expecting you to turn up on the day and shoot the pictures. And if one of your cameras jams or your only camera jams, big trouble. Not very professional. Doesn't have to be expensive, your second body, but it needs to be in your camera case. Okay, this is the breakfast that keeps me going. Oats, raisins, nuts, red grapes and other seasonal fruits, chia seeds, whey protein, banana, ice cold milk, whisk it all up, then bung it in the fridge. Done. Something I've always done all my life, fortunately. Keep fit, because whether you go to the gym or swim, run or cycle, if you're fit and you'll be able to run around on a wedding all day long, if you're on a 12-hour wedding like I've often been, well, not that often, thank goodness, but if you are, yeah, you'll know how demanding it is and how knackered you're going to be the following day. So, keep fit, guys. Bring plenty of water, essential, snacks, protein shake, whatever, with you. Keep it in the car, keep it in a cool bag. Very, very important to have that with you. I once passed out at a wedding where it was extremely hot, humid day. I'd been working like a dog, and when I got to the reception, I was carrying my gear up some steps, got onto the landing near the bar, and just suddenly everything went, and I just went down onto the deck with the tripod, and I went boom, straight out. I was severely dehydrated, so keep yourself hydrated. That's extremely important. Helps keep your energy levels up too. Have a tripod with you. A tripod is your best friend. It's a pain in the ass too. I know it's a pain in the ass carrying a flipping tripod around. A tripod is essential. If you don't even use it a great deal, doesn't matter. But if you want to do any night shots, any shots with time exposures, you're going to need a tripod. Okay, nice sturdy one, preferably. Manfrotto make great tripods. Other manufacturers too. But that's the one investment you'll make that will last you longer than all your cameras. Okay. If you get a good one. Cameras, which you should have prepared and checked the day before, make sure sensors are clean, your lenses are clean, batteries are charged, everything's set okay. If you're like me, have to use autofocus. Make sure it's on autofocus, both cameras, because if you're working with wide angle lenses, it's not always immediately apparent that your image is going to be sharp. Be careful. Keep it on auto. Well, if you have to. If you wear specs like I do. Okay, so check your gear. Dress smartly for the wedding. Dress appropriately for the occasion. Not in a scruffy t-shirt and jeans. I've seen photographers like that. I've seen videographers like that too. No doubt you guys have as well. Don't necessarily have to wear a suit, but be comfortable. I've worn out so many jackets through getting them sweaty. Because it's a bit of hypertension as well as if you're working on summer weddings. You get very warm. I mean, I'm running. I move quickly at weddings. I always have done. I run all over the place. 2 flights up the stairs, carrying 20 kilos of gear in my camera case. Yeah, it keeps you fit. And knackered. But anyway, dress smartly. If you haven't worked at the location before, check it out in advance. It really does pay to do that. If it's going to be a wet day, you want to know where you can work inside. You want to check out, has it got a staircase, has it got big enough function rooms. It helps you just preconceive the idea, the shots that you'll be able to take later on. What about the grounds? Is there a lake? Is there a nice bridge? If you don't know, they may be tucked around behind some trees somewhere and you don't know all about it. And a couple say, oh wow, well, there's that lovely bridge with a stream underneath and you didn't even use it. You need to be aware of your location. So if you possibly can, I mean, it's the other side of the world, you can't obviously, but then there is Google Earth, Google Maps, hotel websites. Back in the day when I started, there was none of that. So, you either had to go to the venue or get there a lot earlier. That's important, and check it out in advance of your wedding preps. If you work in the UK, we get a lot of rain. Keep a couple of white brollies in your car. Corporate logoed brollies are not a good idea. Plain white, have a couple, one for yourself, one for the couple, of course, and there's some creative shots you can do with that. If you do get a little bit of rain, hopefully not, but you're covered. Okay, It's not always possible to meet your couple before the day, but it really does help if you do, because if you don't, they're going to be a bit wary of you. You know, is this guy legit? Is this guy okay? Is he going to bully us around? Is he going to push us here, make us go into stupid, awkward poses? So communication is essential there. And yeah, if you possibly can, meet up with, you know, before the day, at least a couple of weeks or a month or so before the wedding. Have a little photo shoot with them. Try and do that a couple of months, 2 or 3 months before the wedding. It gets them used to the camera, you used to them. Work with an assistant if you can. Camera security for one thing. If you're working in central London, as I've often have done, or if you're working abroad, well, then my wife comes with me if I'm working abroad. They can be there with a reflector when you need it very quickly, or a separate light. Where's my light stick? Here it is. You know, one of these stick lights. Hey, crackle lighting. These are very useful in dim light, low light, at night, whatever. So an assistant can be very useful. It can all be a bit of a distraction as well, and I have, through most of my career, worked on my weddings, probably 95% on my own, because I can be fully focused and just work fluidly that way. But the most important tip I can give you, I think, really is, if you're having fun, and that means leave your troubles behind, don't bring them out on the wedding day, okay? Really, you need to have a lot of fun, and well, it is a lot of fun, but of course it also depends on the couples you're working with and their families. If they're a fun crowd, wow, it's great. You can just, the jokes just fly, and you can just work so quickly, fluidly, enjoying yourself, and that feeds off on them, and you'll get great results. Weddings like that, you always come home with a big buzz. And I guess that's one of the main reasons I've done it for so long, for over 31 years. Yeah, I just love it. So, have fun, guys. Okay, folks, thank you for watching and listening to my ramblings. Hope some of those tips are useful to you. There are many, many more tips, but this would go on for absolutely ever. Did I say tits? I meant tips. There are many, many more tips I can give you guys, but I'll come back with another volume at some point, if you can stand it. Okay, guys, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!